Open on a high-energy montage, fast cuts of someone walking on a treadmill, shopping online, working at a computer, journaling, laughing with friends, then staring out dramatically at a sunrise. Upbeat, motivational music drives the beat. Have you ever wondered if you could absolutely change your life in 6 months? Like, what if you stopped overthinking and finally bet on yourself for half a year? Could you actually become a new person? That's exactly what I decided to find out. I committed to 6 months for Change Your Life, and I documented every step for you. Today, I'm sharing what really happens when you try to turn your life upside down in just half a year. Before we jump in, if you're on your own growth journey or just curious about self-transformation, make sure you hit that subscribe button and tap the bell so you never miss out on new strategies, deeper dives, or honest conversations from the Growth Mindset Project. All right, let's get into the real story of the 6-month for Change Your Life challenge. First off, let me set the scene. I'd been feeling stuck. Not unhappy exactly, but just there. Working to survive, running on autopilot, not really living. I'd listened to all the advice. Make tiny changes, do 1% a day, slow habit stacking. Useful, but I needed a bigger shakeup. So I asked myself, what if I committed, for real, to 6 months for Change You Life? No excuses, no half measures, just a full life experiment. 6 months later, I can finally answer the question, how much can you truly change your life in 6 months? Let's talk about health, ambition, and those unexpected moments life throws at you. When I started, I was on a mission to lose 40 pounds. Did I get there? Not quite. I dropped 20, which, honestly, still amazed me given what happened. Halfway through, I got knocked out by illness, not once, not twice, but 5 times. It was like my immune system clocked out for the season. The culprit? Stress, monotony, and maybe a vitamin-deficient meal plan, because I'm that person who can eat the same meal every single day and never get bored. But here's what truly mattered in terms of physical change. I moved my body every single day. Not fancy, not radical, just walking. A lot. 10,000 to 20,000 steps a day, wherever I was. LA, New York, the beach, at home on my walking pad. That, paired with a mostly consistent calorie deficit, made an actual dent in my goals. It wasn't perfect. There were days when I wanted pizza with friends or dessert after dinner, and I let myself have them without guilt. That's life. The lessons? Physical transformation in a 6-month for Change You Life plan isn't about perfection. It's about relentless consistency when you can, and real flexibility when you need it. Quick check. Are you feeling inspired or seen yet? If you are, hit the like button and let me know in the comments. What would you aim for if you had 6 months for Change Your Life? Or what's the biggest thing you'd want to transform? With health as a foundation, the next big chapter was confidence and self-image. Listen, before this experiment, I hated the mirror. My self-confidence was at rock bottom. I'd cover up mirrors, avoid photos, skip out on dressing up. But changing your life in 6 months isn't just about the exterior metrics. It's about reshaping how you see yourself. Step 1. I experimented with my style, played with makeup, figured out what highlighted my features. Every tiny step, cute outfit here, some updated hair there, boosted my confidence a notch. By the end, I wasn't just accepting my reflection, I was excited to try new versions of myself. The time I put into styling and self-care paid off, not just in looks, but in the way I carried myself through the world. Of course, when you focus on self, you start wanting more for your whole life. Enter the career and money part of the challenge. Originally, I aimed high. I wanted 6 figures and a new job. Not quite an overnight millionaire, but I did leave my 9-to-5 way sooner than planned. You might be thinking, was it smart to quit before hitting my income goals? Yes. For me, it was a calculated risk that brought me so much more than just money. When you do the 6-month for Change Your Life challenge, sometimes the point is to make decisions that scare you a little, that force you to show up for yourself in ways you never have. Let's talk numbers honestly. In 6 months, I made close to $40,000, mostly from YouTube, some from digital products, a bit from freelance and random gigs. Was it the six-figure dream? No, but the experience, breaking away from a job that drained me and stumbling into work that excites me, was worth every penny I didn't earn. For anyone out there thinking of a big change, here's the advice. Don't chase side hustles you hate. Instead, find one or two things you can see yourself loving and pour yourself into them. 6 months is also a fast track for learning about your brain. While my confidence soared, my mental health was a roller coaster. Improving everything means you suddenly see all the ways you weren't happy before. At times, the constant self-critique weighed heavy. Stress spiked, illnesses cycled, and sometimes feedback from others did a number on my motivation. During this 6-month for Change You life journey, there were periods when I'd get so overwhelmed that work, eating, sleeping, everything came to a halt. Burnout isn't just a buzzword. It's real, especially when you're pushing for change while sharing it online. I learned how important it was to set boundaries, prioritize breaks, and step back from social media or even community feedback for my own sanity. And I had to confront a truth. Balancing transformation with life is not about working non-stop. If all you do is grind, you miss the actual joy you're fighting to find. That's why giving yourself some grace, forgiving missed goals, and celebrating any progress at all is key. If you're running the 6-month for Change Your Life marathon, remember, progress beats perfection. A friendly reminder, if you haven't yet, hit subscribe, like, and tell me, what's your version of a life you want to live? If you had just 6 months to make a change. The next layer was about passions and hobbies. I went in thinking I'd crush dance, learn new artistic skills, pick up a language, become a content machine. The reality? Some hobbies didn't stick. Goodbye, dance videos. Others, like art and reading, became anchors for joy. I stopped thinking of hobbies as side hustles and started letting myself just enjoy the process. No monetization pressure, just fun. Social connection surprised me too. Turns out, you don't need a bigger circle, just a better one. My time in New York rewired how I value friendships, quality over quantity, vulnerability over surface-level catch-ups. I realized that adult friendships can feel distant because we build up walls, and it takes conscious effort to let others in. That's its own journey, and sometimes the biggest 6-month for Change You life shift isn't new friends, but a new mindset about letting people see your real self. You're probably wondering, did I nail all my career and creative goals? Not exactly. I wanted to make films, build my network, master storytelling, but self-doubt got in the way. Turns out, my biggest roadblock was fear. Fear of not being good enough, fear of sharing imperfect work. But what I learned is, creative confidence only returns with messy action. Pushing forward, even imperfectly, is better than giving up because you don't meet your own expectations. Learning is never linear. I tried to fix my TikTok-damaged attention span. Success, thanks to books, dabbled in languages, progress, not perfection, and found joy in bite-sized wins. In 6 months, the biggest leaps were often invisible. Improved focus, new ways to learn, and the rediscovery of childlike curiosity. So, what's the real answer to how much can you change your life in 6 months? You can change more than you think in ways you don't expect. But the true transformation depends on what matters most to you and what effort you can sustain. You don't need to do it all at once. You just need to start, stick with it as best you can, and forgive yourself when real life happens. The 6-month for Change Your Life journey started with chasing big numbers and finished with learning to love small wins. I'm not at the finish line of every goal, not even close. But I am somewhere new, proud, motivated, and more alive than when I started. If you've made it this far, you already know you're part of that rare group that actually takes improvement seriously. Before you go, check out the other videos on the Growth Mindset Project. Whether you want deep dives on confidence, how to build micro habits, or surviving your next big leap, And make sure you hit that bell if you want real talk, not clickbait. Thank you for watching and being part of this community. See you in the next video. 6 months from now, where will you be?